There's a little break in the rain here, so I thought I'd pop outside and do a little job that I wanted to do since I noticed something here while doing a little walk around the garden last weekend, and that is give my little dwarf nectarine tree a little spring refresher. Now, I wasn't expecting to do that now. We're in the beginning of February still, and it seems much too early, but as you can see, it is getting ready now to burst into beautiful bloom. I bought this little guy. He's a very dwarf nectarine tree, and I bought him last March, so I've nearly had him for a year now. And when I did, the vendor said that the main concern with growing these trees here in the UK is that they're very susceptible to peach leaf curl, which is a fungal disease, and they catch it from spores in the rain. And so during the winter, it's important to keep them somewhere dry and out of the rain. You can also spray them with various sprays, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just keeping him in here. I also had to give him a really good prune during the summer to make sure he wouldn't get too tall to fit into here. And because he's going to be dwarf, and he is dwarf, then it should be fine to keep him a decent size to keep him in this little space here. It's a very unheated greenhouse, so I was hoping that would keep the temperature down enough to not make him want to burst into bloom. But the thing is, so many other trees outside have also thought it's spring now, so we're having an early spring here. And I was worried about, temperatures dropping, but they were supposed to drop to like -2 quite soon, but now the weather forecast has changed, and so it looks like we won't get any freezing overnight temperatures for the next 10 days at least, so I'm really happy about that. So what I need to do now is scrape out the top little layer of compost here. I mean, if he was in the ground, he could probably pull up enough resources from the soil, but I like to give all my fruit trees a good little extra boost at this when they start breaking bud and when they get out of dormancy, not while they're dormant. So because he's already ready for that, I'm going to get on with feeding him. So I'm just going to scrape out the top layer of soil down there. First I'll remove all this moss I used as a kind of mulch. There's bits of grass that's growing in there too. Also a little strawberry growing there. I can leave the strawberry there, it's fine. Just gently get out the top bit without hurting the roots or anything. That's a cute little strawberry, isn't it? It's got its first little leaf. Look at that. Sweet. I might plant some more strawberries in there actually. I think last year I had calendula. I like planting calendula. Oh, I might do that again really soon now actually, because they also are really good for keeping bugs and things away and also attracting pollinators. But to be honest, by the time the calendula start blooming, this guy will be well and truly pollinated and hopefully setting fruit already. That's the thing, because he's going to be indoors until his leaves are fully out. That's when you can take him out, then they won't be at risk of the peach leaf curl spores that are out. So sort of by May he can come outside, but by then he'll really have been finished flowering, and so it won't help to attract any pollinators. And what I was trying to say is I'll have to definitely hand pollinate any flowers that start blooming if I'm going to try to have a few little nectarines, which would be really fun and really cute. So he's all scratched out there. You can see lots of the roots are out now, and I keep getting dripped on here. And I'm going to add a slow release fertilizer now. It's just good to give them something full of potassium, and I'm going to give actually a well balanced one, some fish blood and bone, and it's going to be mixed in with some of my vermicompost from my worm farm. It's really high in nutrients. So here is my little mix, full of goodness. I'm just going to add it slowly to the top. I wonder how much I can fit in there. think you'll really benefit from this. From a little bit of a spring boost. It's so nice to be able to do this, but it does seem far too early. It's still a nice treat to get your fingers out in some soil again. Lovely. Here it is. All tucked in. I harvested this wormy compost and there were a few live worms in it, so they're like an added bonus for the plant. And then I'll just replace none of the grass, but I'll replace all this moss again. It's like a nice little top dressing, bit of mulch. Without the grass, it keeps on rooting. And I think I might need to get a little bit more moss. I do like to give them all some moss. As you can see, there's moss everywhere here. So here's a little bit of extra moss. The thing is, I collect it all from the garden and I have to check for slugs because there could be some overwintering slugs. I don't really want to encourage them to come and attack the plant. It's just all kinds of mixes of moss, whatever is out in the garden, like growing on stone slabs and things like that. You can see this is actually growing on a stone, like a carpet. Okay, there we go. It's really easy. Such a nice thing to do, and it should give it a good boost, I should say. I'm going to also give it a little drink now. I have barely watered it the whole time it's been in here, but it could probably do with a drink just to bring all those nutrients down to the roots. And then I'll just keep an eye on it and hopefully we'll soon have a beautiful show of flowers. I mean, I really wanted it to wait, but as you can see, I mean, it's not hanging around waiting for spring now. It's ready to go. Not lovely though. They're such bright pink ones. Look at this one over here too. So pretty. And over here. So funny. Early buds. Okay, I'll give it a drink and that will be it. And I'll show you it once it's in full bloom in the next few weeks. See you then. Take care. Thanks for watching.